Folks, good morning. This is a little golf course update here. It is July, I want to say it's the 9th today, which it is. And we're just heading to work. It's about 4:15 in the morning here. And we've got the SRT and we're rolling into work. So what is on the agenda today? It is a Sunday, so I have to cook a little bit. And before that, I have to get the golf course ready for patronage. And then I need to essentially do some equipment maintenance on my greens mower and my tee and fringe mower. I have to backlap that and grease it. And we'll get that stuff done. And then we're going to go in and cook for the day. So I'm looking forward to working on equipment. It's been about 2 weeks here, so I need to get that done, but I'm not looking forward to cooking. And I'll give you a little bit of a tour of my kitchen here at work and, kind of show you all what I do besides just running the golf course. But in other news here, there's a really cool Challenger SRT8 for sale. It's an 08. It's a first edition. And I'm half tempted to put this up for sale. But we'll see. I love this car too much. But the Challenger is at a good price. So we'll kind of see here what goes on. I might message that seller here and get some more details on the vehicle. It is a loaded Challenger in orange, so pretty cool color, but it would all rely on if I could get enough money for this vehicle so I don't have to fork out too much cash on top of what on top of the price what I sell for this if I were to buy that. And who knows, I may not even do that. I don't see myself really doing anything with this car because deals will always be there. I don't see myself really doing anything with this car until next summer. And then next summer I'll be in a better place financially as well. So I'm not going to be I won't get to the 80,000 mile mark in this car, which will be good. And I won't have to worry about crossing that barrier. So I'm not going to lose too much value. I won't lose any value on this car. It's going to appreciate. So we'll see. There will always be deals to be had. And right now, I'm happy with the deal I got for this 300 SRT8. So, moving forward here, it's just another dark morning going on the course. It's actually a little chilly. It's 51, which I'm happy about. I'll try to show you guys some spots here on the greens where I have some issues with dollar spot coming up. So I believe I'm gonna spray on Tuesday morning for dollar spot, and along with that I've noticed that my growth regulators have kind of kicked out a little bit, so I am gonna spray some growth regulators on the greens along with some iPro and PPZ to take care of some of that black algae. And I know how to take care of the black algae and or just prevent it, and some of the dollar spot and other funguses that are arising right now. Although I'm very happy with my greens and how they look, so I'm not overly worried about that right now. I'm more worried about getting the right amount of growth regulator on there so I can continue to regulate into August here. So by that time, it will be June 11th, which will put me at about a month since I sprayed last. So I'm a little behind schedule, but I'm totally okay with that. It is what it is. I kind of knew when I sprayed in June that I would be put a little bit behind schedule here. So right now, I'm just going to spray for that stuff. I need to put down some liquid fert as well on the greens. And I need to put down some growth regulator, definitely some wetting agent. That's a must, and I'm going to do that on my tee boxes here as well. Although, looking at the weather for the next 2 weeks, considering it's the middle of June, the middle of summer, it's actually fairly moderate. You know, nothing is overly hot or overly cool, which is good for A, keeping the course, you know, fairly wet, and B, not having any diseases. We're not seeing any low 70s or upper 60s, mid 60s temperatures at night for quite a while here in the 2 week at least. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be pretty low stress right now. The winds don't look that high, so I'm not going to get a ton of disease pressure at all, you know, the next 2 weeks. So with that being said, we will transition out to the golf course. All right, it's a hair before 5, and you can see that we are out mowing greens this morning. You know, it's actually quite cold, really. It's about 48, 47 degrees, somewhere around there. And we are getting good growth on these greens, though. So that makes me kind of think here that I need to put on some more growth regulator. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet in terms of the rate. If I'm going to go more of what I did before, or if I'm going to go less of what I did before, I'm not just totally sure. But today on the greens, we're not going to be doing any cleanup round. We're just going to be doing the stripes, just the lines today, and that's essentially it. You know, I don't want to wear away at the edges too much, and with this new mower that I got, it seems these cutting units weigh a little bit more, and I have bed knives on here that aren't tournament quality bed knives. They're a little thicker, so I find that around my edges of my greens, it wears a little bit harder than my other mower does. So that's set up now for tees and fringes. So now I am basically I am doing the cleanup round every other day or every other day. Essentially, it just depends here on what day is coming up, if we've got men's league, or if it's a weekend, or if it's a Wednesday or something like that. So right now we are just doing the lines on these greens here, and from what I can see, even though it's fairly dark out, the greens are pretty healthy. I got a localized dry spot right there, but other than that, the greens are pretty healthy, and I'm very thankful for this weather here coming up. You know, that it's a little bit of chance of rain in the forecast, and it's not overly warm either. So once I get out on the course today, I'm going to check these greens for black algae and whatever else is on them, and kind of decide, you know, what day I want to spray this week, if it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, and then decide what to use and how to approach the situation. So one thing about not doing the cleanup round is that mowing greens is extremely fast. So we are on to the next. I've been noticing here on the greens that I've been experiencing some slight grub activity, especially on this hole 5 green here. So I'm gonna have to put down some 7 to take care of those grubs. But I've definitely been noticing some areas where the birds have been looking at, and I will need to put down some right there, kind of those little brown areas. You can see there's a dollar spot area actually. Here, let me just hop off the mower here, and I can kind of show everything a little closer. So this green is susceptible to dollar spot. There's some dollar spot. You can see around the area it's a little bit lighter green, and that's it right there. And then you can see these areas right there. They look like little divot patches, but they are actually where the birds have been picking at, because there are grubs on the greens, and this really has been exemplified here within the last day. So I'm gonna have to spray for grubs as well on my tee boxes and fringes. You can see another dollar spot slightly starting there. So yeah, if I don't get this taken care of, I will have issues. So we're gonna have to definitely spray here, quite possibly on Tuesday, depending on what the schedule looks like here. And you can tell the greens are a little squishy right now because they are so wet. So I could definitely tone down the watering a little bit here as well. So I decided to do some hand watering as well today. To make a long story short, I had some really bad localized dry spots here on this hole, on this par 3. You can't really see where they were before, but when I am watering, I will show you all. So what we're gonna do is hand water some of these areas that the sprinklers just can't reach, and one of them was this area right here, basically where I'm spraying. This little triangular area, even going onto the fringe here, took about 2 to 3 weeks to come back, but I just wasn't able to get the water on it that I needed, and I was frankly just too lazy to hook up to the quick coupler and hand water this. So anyway, I started to hand water, took a little while. Now it's back to where it needs to be basically, but you can see where some of the aeration holes haven't grown back all the way yet, and that is because of the watering issue, basically just getting no water. So right now we're just hand watering here for a little bit. We've got some other areas that we need to do as well, and then we will start working on equipment. But I just want to take care of some of these hand watering or these localized dry spot areas here, and get them back to where they need to be. And some of the other localized dry spots I have here on the course, I just can't reach. There's no quick couplers here. The irrigation is set up very poorly here to where there's not enough quick couplers to get to the localized dry spots, so I have to take buckets of water out in order to water some areas. But you can see here where I didn't mow, like that little strip right there, and how much it actually grew overnight. So it's definitely time to put some more growth regulator on the greens and tee boxes here in order to regulate the growth. So that is what we are attacking right now. And now we are going back to activate the cell cam for deer. It is July, and I basically want to see what I've got on the property here for deer, because I missed some nice ones last year and I want redemption. So we're gonna get our camera going. Put our little battery pack in here. Turn it on, and we should be all set to go. All right, we got a little bunker action here. We're just grooming the bunkers. It's actually getting quite sunny out. When I leave for work in the morning around 4:15, it's pitch black, and now it's about 6 o'clock, I want to say, and it doesn't take long for that bright sun to come up. And we're still actually dealing with the Canadian wildfires. That's been a summer kind of epidemic now at this point here in Wisconsin. But we're dealing with it, and that's about it. It'd be nice not to have it, but what are you going to do? You can't control the weather. So we're just doing some bunkers right now. Then we're going to head in, get the kitchen ready, and then we're going to come out and do some equipment maintenance. And I got to put the batteries in the cellular cameras that I have, because the deer are moving now, And I need to make sure I can get a buck for this fall. Alright, we've got a little backlapping going on here with some 120 grit. Backlapping compound. We're just going around backlapping all the reels, and then we're going to grease this unit and she'll be all good to go for mowing tomorrow.